Hello there, everybody. This is General Snivy, and welcome back to more of the Persona 5 Royal playthrough. Last time, we helped out, or no, what happened was Futaba managed to help us out after she finally woke up from her long beauty sleep. Talk about sleeping beauty, am I right? So, she finally woke up and took care of our Medjed problem, and to help pay back for everything that she's done for us, we decided to help her, get reacquainted with the world, and we took her on a beach trip, which was quite a fun time. So, yeah, that was definitely something, and now she's officially a member of the Phantom Thieves, so that's gonna be freaking excellent. So, speaking of Futaba, how she works, she does not work like any other party member. So what I mean by this is that she is permanently the navigator. And that's all she is. You can't remove her from the party or anything of the sort. She does have her own set of skills with her own persona, and as she gets stronger and levels up, she will gain more and more abilities. However, you can gain a few additional abilities through the Jazz Club as well. And if you're playing on the New Game Plus file and you manage to recover those skills beforehand, then you'll be able to make her remember those skills almost as soon as you possibly recruit her. But I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, Futaba doesn't have any sort of fighting abilities whatsoever. She just purely provides navigation and a few other perks as well. But we'll get more into that later. She also is the lowest level out of all of us in the entire group, so that's something to keep in mind. Also, you can't equip her with any sort of melee weapon or ranged weapons whatsoever. You could equip her with a protector if you want, just for fun, but there's really no need to equip her with anything of the sort. Accessories are the same sort of deal, for the most part. There are some accessories which might help, such as gaining additional experience and stuff like that. It might share with everyone across the entire party. I'm not 100% sure if that's how it works. But even so, it's still something else to keep in mind. So, yeah, that's really about all there is to it. And as far as Futaba's outfit is concerned, you really don't get to see her outfit really at all at any point in the playthrough, so having these extra outfits are kind of pointless. But then again, I think the only time you do get to see her outfits are when you're in Mementos, and just as you're getting ready to enter the depths of Mementos as well, so that's something to keep in mind. But again, when it comes to Futaba and her equipment, don't worry about her. She can take care of herself perfectly fine. It's completely unnecessary to dress her up. Not like in Persona 5 Strikers, where it is necessary. More on that when we eventually cover Persona 5 Strikers. For now, we're going to hang out with Sojiro, aka Best Dad. You have time tonight, right? Help me out with the cafe. Okay, let's go and do just that.
Thanks.
Sorry, and thanks. Oh, the regulars will be here any minute. Any minute, good lord. Off to a great start. Also, if you're wondering what we're going to be doing today, we're actually going to be preparing ourselves for what is considered to be the worst arc in the entirety of Persona 5. More on this as soon as we come across it. For now, we got some prep work to do. Do you ever get lonely, So-chan? You've been a bachelor for so long. Have you given up on marriage? All I want in a relationship is spicy stimulation followed by some smooth, relaxing comfort. And I can't get both of those things from my curry and my coffee. That's enough for me. He always dodges my questions like that. He's so clever. By the way, what are your thoughts on So-chan's life of solitude? I admire it. You can admire me if you want, but I don't recommend trying to follow in my footsteps. Anyway, the only thing I care about in life is making sure my customers are satisfied. Nothing makes me happier than seeing people relax in here. Come back anytime, okay? Ooh, excuse me.
Hey.
She seemed especially aggressive today, huh? It would have been bad if she pushed any further. But I guess food service relies on keeping the right distance from people. Not too far, not too close. Welcome. You just don't know when to give up, do you? Well, I just learned something very interesting. Futaba's been shut off from both school and society this whole time, huh? That's not good parenting. Yeah, and what have you done to take care of her? You know quite well what I've done, and it's about time you pay up. Don't be ridiculous. Futaba had a terrible life living with you. Plus, I already gave you most of the inheritance for custody. Is that still not enough for you? We could always find out in court. I wonder who'd win between a blood relative and a mere legal guardian. You. Oh, and not to mention that kid you have here. I've heard all about him and his criminal record. That leaves us with a parent who won't let her go to school and a delinquent housemate on probation. Doesn't quite seem to be the best environment for Futaba now, does it? You're wrong. What was that? It's fine. I'll take care of this. Get on upstairs. Sojiro, I hunger. Oh. Futaba-chan, long time no see. Futaba! See what I'm saying? She's a total wreck. This is clearly not a healthy situation. She's only like this because she saw you here. Don't make me repeat myself. You can't beat me in court, so you may as well just give me the money. Well, I hope you reached the right decision. Bye now. Futaba, you should just head home for today. I'll take you. Sojiro. Futaba's okay. All that drama must have tired her out. She fell asleep right after we got home. That man is Futaba's uncle. After Wakaba died, Futaba was passed around all her relatives. His place was the last. He treated her like garbage. He never fed her and forced her to sleep on the floor like an animal. He didn't even let her bathe. Once I learned that, I knew I had to step in. I couldn't stand for that kind of horrible treatment, so I decided to take Futaba under my care. Even back then, he was whining about all the damn expenses. I threw some cash his way, thinking that would put the issue to bed, but now he's back for more. I don't even know how he managed to find me here. Maybe paying him was a mistake. Saving Futaba was no mistake. Thanks. I never thought you'd be the one comforting me. Either way, though, it's my fault. It's my fault Futaba didn't leave her room. I just didn't know how to help her through it. I'd make curry, leave it by her door, and go. If not for you, I'd probably still be waiting for her to come out. So, if you asked me whether I deserve to be Futaba's guardian, my answer would be no. They say blood's thicker than water, right? I wonder what'd be best for Futaba.
Sorry.
Look at me, spilling my heart out on a punk like you. Though, it's kinda weird. For some reason, I just feel like telling you this stuff. It's like you're peering into my heart. I guess that there really is something special about you. Well, that most certainly was spicy, and no, I'm not talking about the curry. Anywho, level 6, now we get coffee mastery. Pretty neat. It's already pretty late.
I'm going home.
I should be heading home. I'm still worried about Futaba. Don't stay up too late, you hear? Oh, and thanks. You're welcome, Sojiro. Anytime. I'm glad I could help. Hey. Futaba's fast asleep. Didn't mean to get you all tangled up in all this mess. If I can help somehow. No, you don't have to do anything. The fact that you asked is enough. Man though, I never know what I'm doing when I talk to you. I just keep yammering on about stuff I never planned on talking about. Must be going senile, huh? Anyway, don't worry about that guy. I'll find some way to deal with him. You just keep looking out for Futaba. Seems like you two are really hitting it off, so... That's all I had to say. Don't forget to lock up before bed. Later. Anytime, my dude. Anytime.
Oh, hey, I know this is out of the blue, but, like, could we all meet up at LeBlanc tomorrow?
Sure. Why so sudden?
Oh, sweet.
That worried tone. Could he still have summer vacation homework left to do?
I'm gonna say yes.
Whoa, how did he know?
I actually called it.
I already have Makoto and the others. I'll be counting on you to get me through this tomorrow.
Sure thing.
You gotta be kidding. Might as well get some sleep while we can.
That's true. Oh, what the hell is this? This is definitely... Well, things have definitely gone from creepy to strange AF.
That black thing was... me? That can't be true. I'm supposed to be human. I should be. If we get rid of the distortion in the depths of Mementos, I'm sure it'll all be fine.
What's wrong, Mona?
Did I wake you up?
Bad dream?
Oh, my sunburns were hurting, and that woke me up. I was absorbing all the sunlight because I'm black. Don't you get it?
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm not sure what to do when you give me an honestly concerned response like that. By the way, it's not like I'm bothered by this or anything, but hypothetically speaking, okay? What would you do if I turned out to be some weird... thing?
You're already weird.
That's... well... If what I saw from earlier is true, is it okay for me to stay with the Phantom Thieves? And even if I'm with the team, I'm useless at the moment.
You're not useless.
It's nothing. Well, I've gotten pretty used to my life as a cat, too. And to be frank, this storage room isn't bad either. Then again, I can't wait to turn back to being a human so I can move out. Maybe I'll live a life of luxury in a suite on the highest floor.
Yeah, keep on dreaming.
Rather than becoming some weird thing. Maybe staying as a cat isn't so bad either. You and me made a deal, yeah? That means I can stay here. Isn't that right?
Yeah, totally.
Thought so. Don't forget what you just said, okay?
Sure thing, Mona. Anytime. If you ever need to talk, I'm more than willing to lend an ear, no matter what the situation may happen, or what may arise. Anywho, with Mona up to level 7 in his Confidant quest line, now he has Hasten Recovery, just like a couple of other people too, so that's pretty nice.
Come on. Let's hurry up and get to sleep. Night.
Good night.
It'll be fine, right?
Yeah, totally. I'm sure it'll totally be fine. What's the worst that can happen? Try to wait.
Oh, I'm done.
As for me, I'm done for.
Talk about a cliched way to end your summer vacation. I can't believe you hadn't even touched your homework until last night.
Well, everyone's free to spend their time as they choose. I guess some people just can't help themselves.
I'm sorry.
Come on, I think he's learned his lesson. More importantly, why don't you folks take a break?
Boss! Oh, you're a lifesaver.
I'm gonna go pick up some groceries. Mind the shop for a bit.
The sports club has aggressively applied kinesthesiology to the team's practices. By incorporating their lab's findings on human efficiency into the training regimen, they have developed a...
Oh, that reminds me. Isn't there a female athlete from our own school who's made the news?
An athlete? Oh, do you mean the one in gymnastics?
You mean Kasumi?
Yeah, her! The one everyone's saying is super cute.
Oh yeah, Yoshizawa, right? Wasn't she gonna be in the summer meet? Or is that already over?
Ah, about that.
Makoto?
How'd it go?
I just happened to overhear a couple teachers discussing it when I was heading to school the other day.
And?
Yoshizawa-san's results in the meet, they weren't exactly stellar.
Oh dear.
I see.
There seemed to have been a great many people expecting her success there. It's gotta be tough for her.
Yeah.
True.
One more meet left this year in gymnastics, though. Shit must be rough right now. But if she can nail that one, who cares what anybody at school says?
Exactly.
Oh, that also reminds me.
And what is it?
So, I just so happened to bump into Mishima-kun before summer vacation started.
And?
He seemed really mad. I asked him what was wrong, and he showed me some posts on an underground site about our school. It pretty much said the school's planning to abandon any honors student who isn't actively making Shujin look better.
Oof. Well, that doesn't sound good. Also, hello, Taz Gaming. Welcome. Glad you can make it to the stream. And yeah, when it comes to me and streaming on Saturdays, I do try to stream on Saturdays as often as I possibly can. But if I can't, then I can't. I mean, it's not in my quote-unquote set schedule, if you know what I mean. But even so, the reason why I'm streaming today is to make up for yesterday's lack of a stream. So, yeah. Regardless, welcome.
Whoa, wait a sec.
There was no name, and it sounded like just another rumor at first. But could this be about Yoshizawa-san?
Who knows?
Perhaps this.
Still, ever since the case with Kamoshida, the school's been frantically trying to improve its public image, right? At the very least, this abandonment of honor students would fall in line with the school's real mission. I can't deny the possibility that they would do this to Yoshizawa-san. They dump all their hopes onto their athletes, and if they don't cut the mustard, they're out like the rest of the trash, huh?
Regardless of whether it's true or not, such behavior is extremely self-serving.
It really is. No, we're not that far in yet. Nope. We're about to head into space, if you know what I mean.
Just like we thought this whole time. There's still tons of shit wrong with society.
Yeah, we don't know what'll happen to Yoshizawa's spot on the team, but at the very least, we can keep up our efforts to prevent the worst case scenario.
Yep, pretty much.
Next up, our spotlight's on a topic everyone's talking about, the Phantom Thieves incidents. The Phantom Thieves shocked the world by silencing a globally notorious hacktivist group. Their popularity goes beyond our own borders, with foreign media following them closely as well. Many are heralding them as dark heroes and gentlemen thieves for a new age.
Whoa, this is getting pretty crazy. So the whole world really knows about us.
Yeah, it is getting kind of crazy. Better not let this go over our heads. Enough already, damn. All anyone talks about is the Phantom All anyone talks about anymore is the Phantom Thieves. Who they are, whether they're good or bad. It's starting to give me a headache. So, the more famous we get, the more Mementos opens up, yeah? I can't get that out of my head. And that's why you couldn't focus on your homework until today, right? Yeah, exactly. Sounds like an excuse to me. Still, I've been wondering about that too. I wonder why it works like that. Does Morgana know anything?
I don't know. I don't even remember how I first learned about Mementos.
He doesn't remember. I see. Then there's no way for us to find out. It will likely become clear if we continue as the Phantom Thieves. The most important thing now... Yeah, okay. Calm down. We can read this. Most important thing now is the identity of that criminal using the metaverse. That might be the person who killed my mom. I'm gonna find them no matter what it takes. You know, we used to be lacking in quite a few areas, but now that we have Futaba helping us, a great number of possibilities are now available. Yes, we gained a fantastic addition to our team in the most unexpected manner. Aw, you're making me blush. We'll be counting on you, Futaba. This feels way better than having some dumb cat guide us. Damn, Ryuji, what a douche. That was definitely not fun. That's for sure. Way to pick on Mona, you jerk.
I'm going to shrivel up.
Let's do a verification test. Okay, no level up on this yet, but we can still hang out with her anyway.
Let's go.
Okay.
Wow.
I see. The prices at a used bookstore are all so low. There's a lot here. Which one would be good as reference? I would say autobiographies of great people. The lives of people who have left their names in history. True, those would be worth reading once. There's a lot to learn from their stormy lives. Also, you know those self-help books? With those, you feel like just reading them is enough. You end up not actually helping yourself. I'd like to learn the ideas expressed in those books and use them to help my customers. That used bookstore sign says study of destiny. What? A fortune-telling specific shop? Kazooie-san, let's go check it out! Well, at least we know for sure next time we hang out with the fortune teller, she will finally level up her confidant. Jeez. I feel like this place could feel like a second home. Thank you so much for today. You're welcome. It was nice hanging out.
I never expected what happened to Futaba's mother would be connected to those incidents in the city. We can't leave this be.
You're right.
Though this scoundrel has the same power as us, they're triggering people's mental shutdowns. If they truly exist, who can stop them?
Yeah, I named the protagonist Banjo-Kazooie. Just because it was something I felt like doing for fun.
Only us. This is getting interesting.
You seem fired up.
We've got a new addition to the team, so it's time I flex my veteran skills.
Morgana seems awfully excited. Just don't get antsy. Hey, we need to talk. Come downstairs. Sure, Sojiro. Come downstairs.
What's up?
What is it?
Hey, get ready. We're going out for lunch. Just the three of us.
You want to come? You want me to come?
You don't have any plans, right? Just come on. It'll be my treat. Not only can Futaba go out now, but your summer break's almost over. We gotta do something.
I asked especially for sushi. You better be thankful. This place is supposed to be super delicious, too.
Sushi? Take me with you! I didn't get to eat the takeout sushi last time, remember?
Man, that thing never stops meowing, does it?
He wants to come with.
There's no way they'd let us in with a cat in tow. Yeah, sorry, but it's gonna have to be a no.
Aww.
I do feel sorry for it, though. Well, I guess I don't mind bringing some sushi home.
He knows me so well. Let's see. I want some medium fat tuna, fatty tuna, salmon roe, anago, and... Oh, are you going to be able to remember all this? You might want to take notes.
Believe me, I would love to do something like that.
So, how is it? Good?
Delicious!
Yep, true.
Don't wolf it down like that. Look, no one's gonna take your food. What did I tell you? Drink some tea.
Restroom!
Huh? Oh, restrooms. They're that way.
Oh my.
What a busy girl. Back in the day, she, her mother, and I used to go eat out often. This brings back memories. I had completely forgotten about it, too.
That was close. I thought I was gonna die. Well, time to resume.
You're still going to eat?
I'm all full. I'm throwing in the towel.
Which is it? I'm gonna use the restroom and then pay the bill. Check, please.
Coming right up.
When I got into middle school, my mom and Sojiro took me out to eat sushi to celebrate. That sushi was so good. Today's was pretty good too. I hope the three of us can come again sometime.
Me too.
When should we do this again? I wish she could have had today's sushi too. I want to find out what happened to Mom. I won't forgive the guy who triggered her mental shutdown. So, you better help me out.
Of course.
120,000 yen? You're joking, right?
Looks like we won't be getting sushi to go.
Oof. Aw, Mona's gonna be really disappointed.
Welcome home. I've been waiting for you. Huh? Wait, where's my sushi? Where's my fatty tuna? Where's my anago?
Sorry, Mona. The sushi was so delicious. We even ate the cat's share. If only Sojiro had more money.
So that's why.
There's actually one place I want to go more than sushi. Any idea what it is? A ramen shop? Ooh, washing down our sushi with some ramen? That sounds stylish, but we can do that another time. I want to go to Akihabara. I want to buy a game, but I'm scared to do it alone. Do you think you could help? Of course. You're a nice guy. Okay, it's late, so let's just meet there. I know how to ride the train after that trip to the beach, so I can get there fine. Well then, I'll be waiting.
Wait, we're meeting in Akihabara? Is Futaba really going to be okay? We'd better get over there.
Agreed. You never know. She may say that she's fine, but she may not be fine on the inside.
All right.
Is this where we're supposed to be meeting? Is she not here? Try checking around.
Are you all by yourself? Where did you come from?
Hey, over there.
Did you run away from home? What's wrong, little girl?
That looks bad. What are you gonna do?
Let's help.
Yeah, hurry up.
Well, can you come down to the station with me for now? Huh? who are you?
Hey!
Do you know this girl?
She's my friend.
You're not lying, are you?
Not at all.
Very well.
Futaba, are you okay?
Sorry. I thought I conquered my fears back at the beach.
What happened?
There wasn't anyone I knew with me, so I panicked. Felt like my heart was gonna pop. I got so scared all by myself. Then I just sort of curled up into a ball. Then all these people started staring at me, and the police came, and then it was all over.
Look, Futaba, if you're ever in trouble, just call this guy.
Okay. I feel kinda calm when we're this close. You're okay being like this, right?
Are you a Remora?
Maybe. Couldn't even go by a game by myself. I'm a failure.
You are not a failure.
Futaba.
But I'm okay outside as long as it's with him. Is he some kind of key item? Please, be my key item. I'll try and get better at navigation if you do.
Sounds good.
For reals? Then it's a deal.
I should accompany Futaba when she goes out from now on. Yeah, until she can eventually conquer this fear of being in the outside world on her own. Which, that's going to take a while considering her upbringing and her circumstances.
We were impressed with the intel gathering skills of the Phantom Thieves as well. We also know that this would have been impossible unless you had a skilled hacker. Who was doing this?
Could be you.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the hermit persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
So, at this point in the story, now we get ourselves a new confidant, Futaba Sakura of the Hermit Arcana. And for her first ability, she grants us moral support. Chance to cast a Kaja or party healing magic during battle. Honestly, some of her perks are really damn useful. She also has a couple of farewell gifts, which I will go over, though there's really not all that many, all things considered, of what she can offer. Even so, nice to have again.
Alright, now that that's over with, let's go!
Where?
Need, buy, game.
Weren't you bawling your eyes out just a second ago?
Yeah, but I have my key item now. Victory conditions met. Come on, let's roll.
Cool. Let's see if we can get our hands on the good old PS5. Oh wait, those don't exist.
Welcome home. Where were you two?
Akihabara.
What? That's incredible, Futaba.
I guess.
I just hope you can keep that up. Maybe you'll even be able to go to high school someday.
Yeah.
Well, that's enough of that. Oh, I bet you're exhausted after dealing with all those people, huh? Let's get you to bed. Hey, we're gonna head back.
Okay. Sojiro and Futaba walked home. No, really? I thought they went to the moon. Whoa, this approval rating's insane! It's over 60% now! Aw, you're making me blush. I'm not talking about you. No, this is definitely thanks to Futaba silencing Megid. See? How about that? It's kind of frightening how strong this momentum is. I'm worried. Come on, you two. What are you saying? Everyone's got high expectations of the Phantom Thieves. Let's make sure they're answered. On top of all that, this case has shed light on something important. You mean that criminal? Well, I suppose at this point we can refer to them as the one behind the mental shutdowns. That's the one who killed my mom. We can't leave them be. Let's talk more in detail about this tomorrow at school. Sounds like a good idea. Maybe we'll be able to come up with a plan. No sushi, and we get dragged around by Futaba. What a terrible day. I wouldn't say it was terrible, but still, meh. The Phantom Thieves have become amazingly popular. Tons of people have started accessing the forums, too. Anyways, I was thinking about how I could make use of this spike in popularity. And I've decided to add a new function to the website. A new function? Are you curious? It'll send people's wishes directly to you guys. Well, I hope you're excited. It'll be up and running tomorrow. Ugh! I can't believe I have to leave Japan now of all times. What's up? Don't you know, it's almost time for the school trip. In any case, look forward to the new function. I'm sure it'll be exciting. Well, this is gonna be fun. Okay, can we do anything? No, we can't. No confidants tonight. Well, that's unfortunate. But, I guess one thing we could do is make some curry. I wonder if I can get Kawakami to do it.
What do you want to do?
Aha! Yes, I can. So, let's do just that.
Yep.
Hi.
Okay. There we go. I don't know why I pushed square. I'm thinking I can just go out or something, but no, I can't do that. Can't do any sort of fast traveling tonight, unfortunately. I don't think I have anything other than the ramen bowl to decorate the room with. That's unfortunate. Well, whatever. Let's do some training. Honestly, we haven't done any sort of training in a while, so we might as well get to it. Let's just take some regular protein.
All right.
Here we go. Training well spent. Thank you for the curry. Always a good idea to try to make curry whenever you can. I wonder what Igor wants.
Listen up, inmate. Our master wants a word with you.
It seems you formed a contract with another new ally. This is the owner of quite a different type of power. It will help guide you all to further heights as thieves.
So, what now?
Worry not. You are steadily approaching the realization of your goal. This is not necessarily to prove so, but I shall increase the number of personas you can hold at once.
Awesome.
From here on, your tale will make great progress. Hone your powers even further, and prepare for the time that will soon come. I expect great things from you.
Ooh, thank you, Igor. So, with his confidant up to rank 8, we get Ultra Stock. Increase your Persona stock to 12 slots. And I think this is the final increase of your Persona slots. So, at this point in the story, we have the maximum number of Persona slots we can carry. So, pretty nice, all things considered.
Until we meet again.
It is time, inmate. Return to your world.
Good morning.
Ooh, a uniform.
School resumes today.
Make sure you study hard.
Futaba says she's going to shift to living a morning person's life.
healthy mission starts with a healthy lifestyle.
Mission?
And on to breaking news. In regard to the so-called Phantom Thieves events that have been a hot topic among the general public, the Prime Minister held a press conference at his official residence to address the problem.
The government acknowledges the current rumors of the group called the Phantom Thieves. We are currently confirming facts with the police and wish to deal with it in an appropriate...
Even the Prime Minister's talking about the Phantom Thieves?
They're allies of justice, after all.
They change hearts, huh? I wonder if it's true.
Looks like we're finally being recognized across the country.
Don't over-exaggerate.
That humility of yours is favorable. I bet you stole that from me, huh? Let's find clues on that case as soon as we can, too. And resolve it ourselves. For Futaba's sake, too.
You two really get along, don't you?
Yep, we're kind of like yin and yang.
You're going soon.
Good luck on your student duties.
Thanks, Futaba. Perhaps someday you'll join me.
The age group with the most belief in the Phantom Thieves seems to be teenagers. We've even received messages about how the Phantom Thieves are all students talk about these days.
Do you know about them?
They're the only thing my daughter speaks to me about. She's been glued to this fan site thing. I thought it was just an ordinary website.
Lately, they've added a polling feature to ask who you'd like to see have a change of heart. Given people's heightened expectations, it's been receiving a lot of votes.
Huh. Maybe I should go vote for our company president. Change his heart so he'll raise our salaries. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
That sounds quite peculiar and totally won't be manipulated in any way whatsoever. You never know, though. You never know. I can't believe school is starting up again. Not like I did anything during summer break. I just stayed in and played online games. Nothing you could have done this summer would have topped the Phantom Thieves. Hacking Magic back and all the other stuff. It was totally nuts. Everyone online was waiting for the deadline to hit. People sure do love the Phantom Thieves. Speaking of, have you checked out the fan site recently? They added a bunch of new stuff, including the option to rank people to get a change of heart. Like I said, there is always room for manipulation.
Second term's already started. I think this every year, but isn't summer vacation too short?
It really is.
It's like it always ends right when you get used to a life without school.
Welcome to adulthood.
I guess we had some fun things this year.
Alright, let's begin homeroom. Let's see. We've just gotten back from vacation, but starting next Monday is the school trip.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You students are so lucky. You get an entire month off for summer and get to go to Hawaii, too. Make sure that none of you cut loose too much, okay?
Ooh!
Okay, settle down. That concludes homeroom.
School trip, huh? I guess we won't be able to act as Phantom
Takamaki-san! You can speak English, right?
Basically, yeah.
That's amazing.
I lived over there, so it's nothing that special.
Hey, if there's something we're not sure of in English, can we ask you about it?
Huh?
Oh my, what's up now? All people are talking about in my class is the Phantom Thieves. Is it the same for you? Talk about being popular. Anyways, now that a new semester started, let's have another operation meeting. Honestly, that doesn't sound like a bad idea, but should we really do it so soon? Kazooie-kun, please come to the student guidance office. Kazooie-kun, please come to the student guidance office. Also, I'm pretty sure you don't get this cutscene until after you reach rank 8 in Kawakami's quest line, so keep this in mind. Also, it has to be during the school term, either the first term or the second term. That sounds like Kawakami. I wonder what's up.
Sorry.
Sorry to pull you out of class, but it's about Takase-kun's guardians. I told them that I'm not going to pay them any more money. I'm quitting my part-time job too, although I'm still in talks with my boss about it. I'm going to devote myself to being a great teacher, no matter what others say. I won't waver. So, thank you for giving me such good advice. I just thought you should be the first to know. Miss Kawakami, you have guests. The Takases are here.
What?
They're here? At school? That doesn't sound good. How long are you gonna make us wait? Him again? We're talking here. How rude. I guess the student is only as good as his teacher. Obviously, you lack a proper education. You thought you could just call and say you're not going to pay anymore? Who do you think you are? It's what I decided for Takase-kun's sake. I'm going to make sure that there won't be any more students like him who... So you're just trying to get out of your responsibility? I bet you don't even care about Taki. How are you still a teacher? Maybe we should sue the Board of Education. Are you okay with that? A teacher who caused her student to die would surely cause a scandal. I'm not going to run or hide. I'm going to spend my time taking care of my students. If you want to take legal action, then go ahead. Regardless, I'll continue teaching. I've decided that that's the best apology I can make to Takase-kun. Paying money to you two is not the solution, to say the least. Along with suing you, maybe I should tell everyone about your little secret. You know, about your little stint as a sex worker?
What?
How did you... Oh, so I'm right, aren't I? What? I mean, the amount of money you're paying us can't come from just a teacher's salary. Well, shall we head on over to the faculty office? Stop, please. Ha! A teacher working in the sex industry? You've definitely done it this time. How unfortunate for you that you thought you could just leave Takaki's matter unsettled. You know what you have to do now, right? Pay up, and don't ever call us again with this garbage about stopping the payments. I guess I can't quit my part-time job just yet. You can't give up. I know, but what am I supposed to do? What about the Phantom Thieves? Would they even help someone like me? No, that's impossible. Kawakami appears to be deeply hurting. I need to do something for her. I can't do this anymore. What are their names again? Who? The Takases? The husband is Toshiro-san and his wife is Hiromi-san. I can never forget them. I send them money every week. Wait, why? You don't intend on doing something, do you? Please don't. A Shujin teacher asking the Phantom Thieves for help would be...
I'm sorry.
I was so excited to tell you what I had decided, and then it ended up like this. Just forget everything, okay? If you think about it, I'm right back where I started. I guess I'll never be able to change. Yeah. Class is about to start. I need to go. I need to do something about the targets for Kawakami. Not just her either, but a couple other people too. And we got a lot on our plate. And this is up to, I believe, request number 7 last time I checked. So we got a lot to get done in Mementos the next time we go down there. And hopefully we'll be able to get down there soon. Did you see the forum? They added a new feature. Rankings, huh? Sounds interesting. all you do is vote? Isn't that kind of pointless? You never know. They might be looking at it. I'm sure the Phantom Thieves will steal their hearts.
There you guys are. Futaba! Did you come here by yourself?
I went to get her since I got out of school early.
What a patronizing Inari.
Well then, let's get talking. What do we do now? Should we go after another big target?
That's important too, but what about that villain in the cognitive world?
It's almost certain that this person exists. What's more, they're inducing mental shutdowns. We certainly can't turn a blind eye.
Yeah, but we don't got any clues. But, you know how we're toads popular right now? Everyone at school's talking about us, and not a day goes by when you don't hear about it on TV either. We totally made it big, don't you think?
True. The rankings on the Phantom Aficionado website have been crazy too. You mean this?
Huh? What the hell? First place keeps changing by the second.
People are voting around the clock after all.
If we go after these guys, I'm sure we'll score some big cash at least once. What would you use money like that for?
I put it in the savings account.
I've never heard of a Phantom Thief that saves up money.
Are you fine with that, Futaba? Even though it's related to what happened to your mother.
It's not okay. I'm definitely gonna punch that guy.
The culprit forcing mental shutdowns. If you think about it, there's no bigger target than that. If we can change his heart and get a confession out of him, we'll be on top of the world for real. Should we reveal our identities then? Oh, I bet she's gonna be all over us.
Not only that, but the police too.
You want us to show our faces? I guess that might be okay.
No, it would not.
If the true culprit confesses, the existence of the metaverse will become known. There would be no need for us to remain in hiding in such a questionable manner.
Hey, we're not doing this to stand out, you know.
Being unknown is the allure of being a Phantom Thief.
Exactly.
But considering the hype now, it's gonna be one hell of a huge deal if we pull it off.
Are there really no clues regarding those mental shutdown cases? If I remember right, wasn't the older Nijima sister investigating it?
Yes, I can pry and ask about it. But she'll just tell me to mind my own business and get angry with me.
If you can't ask her, wanna just extract that data? Does she have a personal laptop or something?
Don't tell me.
I can lend you a storage device with my special gimmick on it. Just stick this baby in and it'll clone the internal hard drive. It'll even bypass the OS password.
Oh, so in other words, Futaba created a Trojan horse. Wow, that's totally not illegal at all.
You'll have to plug it directly into her laptop, though. Can you do it?
Sis does bring her laptop home sometimes.
Although, now that I think about it, is that really considered a Trojan horse, or is that more like a back door? I mean, it's kind of a back door, but what else could it be? Other than maybe that, or Trojan horse, or maybe even something else entirely. In other words, it's malware. It's a virus.
I'm not comfortable going that far.
Ooh, is Futaba gonna do something amazing again?
Are you scared of seeing how your sister truly feels?
No! Of course not. Fine, I'll do it.
Well, this is definitely getting interesting.
What? I was in a tabloid magazine? But I gave a gag order in regard to Mr. Kamoshida's case. Please, wait! Please give me some time! I will find evidence on the Phantom Thieves for sure. I couldn't have made it this far had it not been for your assistance, sir. So, please, please let me... No! No!
Oh dear. Well, this is definitely peculiar. Something's definitely going on behind the scenes between the principal and city council. And whatever's brewing, it ain't good. I'm pretty sure they just reached a tipping point. And let me tell you folks, it's gonna get grisly. Summer's over already, huh? Went by all too fast. Still, another 6 months ahead of you. Keep yourself in check, got it? Don't worry, Sojiro. Everything's fine. These rankings are insane! Yes, if we look away for even a single moment, the order changes completely. It's hard to decide who to actually go after. They're flooding in! We can choose anyone we want. We should wait for now, though. It will surely cool off soon. More importantly, how are things on your end, Makoto? Sis isn't home yet. She may not come back at all tonight. Man, just think of how great it'd be to narrow down our targets. That's true, but aren't you guys taking this too lightly? All the pressure here rests on me. I'm counting on you. Even you, Banjo? I suppose I'll do it.
Let's leave this to Makoto. I'm sure she'll be able to pull it off. Hey!
Okay. I suppose that things are starting to get interesting. There's something I need to tell you. If you're free, let's hang out. Well, we'll think about it, but first... Okay then, I guess we're hanging out then. Let's do it. Great, please come over. Also, if you're wondering if I'm going to be exploring the new area, I am, but I'm going to wait until I possibly get the chance to do so. I have a lot to show you today.
Here we go.
Look. Mental training for sports. Oh, and building a successful business from the ground up. I even have a book about the secret to being a good listener. It was written by a hostess from a club in Ginza. Just picking out which book to bring took me half a day. I have tons more back home though. I started using these as reference materials for the advice I give to my clients. This way I can suggest new alternatives instead of leaving them resigned to their fates. You're such a hard worker. Of course. After all, I need to be able to advise my clients on their future selves. Anyway, what I really want to tell you is that I've arrived at a new fortune-telling philosophy. Those with strong convictions can in fact change fate. Oh! And as for the people I sold holy stones to, they started reading their fortunes. I started reading their fortunes free of charge. Wow, nice. I'd like to return the money they gave me too, but what? Well, am I interrupting? What? Yokoda-san. It's been a while, maiden. What were you doing here? The chairman asked that I come see how things are going. And who are you? That's my apprentice. I haven't actually introduced him to the chairman yet. You're telling me you're so busy you needed to hire an apprentice? Yes, he's been a wonderful help. I see. I guess I should have expected such great foresight from you, maiden. Now then, I should be going. Thank you for stopping by. I'm sorry you had to see that. Who was he? I suppose you can say he's an acquaintance. Anyway, it's a private matter, Kazui-san. Nothing you should concern yourself with. Wait, are you perhaps worried about me?
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so touched, honestly. My luck really improves when you're around, Kazui-san. I know. In return for that, I'll predict your luck whenever you want. That sounds great. It's good to see that she's now more motivated than ever. And so, with her up to rank 5, we now gain affinity reading to deepen your bond with a confidant of your choice. Not the most useful thing, but it's still helpful nonetheless. My, it's already so late. I should close up for today.
Goodbye.
Good night, Kazooie-san. Good night to you too, my fair maiden.
Huh. Did you get a tan? You seem different. Oh, yes. Thank you for the coffee last time. It is a lovely cafe. I haven't relaxed that much in a while.
You should come again.
That's nice of you to say, especially lately, since it seems I'm hated by those who support the Phantom Thieves. Anyhow, it seems your school's in trouble. The media is reporting that the whole school was involved in the cover-up about that gym teacher. Those unfortunate students were made victims, all because adults valued their own conveniences. This is unforgivable, no matter the reason. Let me know if you need anything. I'll do my best so that the case is wrapped up quickly.
Thanks, Akechi. Hopefully I'll count on your assistance in the future. Why did I say hopefully? Whatever. Those are Shujin students, right? I read an article about Shujin in a magazine. High school horrors, a school-wide cover-up. Seems the administration turned a blind eye to that abusive teacher. It's also so hard to believe. The principal claimed he didn't know what was going on at first. We're talking about children's lives. People like him are the ones who should answer for this. I don't like the way they're looking at us. Me either. It's starting to creep me out.
What up? See that ad in the train?
I think so.
Media's gonna show up at school again. Cover up by faculty and principal of Shujin Academy, where the Phantom Thieves first appear. It's been a huge deal already. I wonder what's gonna happen to the principal now. Anyways, we made the right choice going after big targets. Everywhere I go, people are talking about us.
Oh my.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm fine. That girl just now, don't you think she was fine? The Phantom Thieves are on fire right now, so I wonder if I got a chance if I asked her out? It sucks that I can't just say I'm actually a Phantom Thief to anybody.
It's best that you keep it that way, Ryuji.
Did you do it too, Teach? The whole cover-up thing?
This is the first time I'm hearing about it too. Even if the police ask you anything, you better not make irresponsible comments to them. Seriously, why does this keep happening? All my relatives are gonna call me again. Oh, perfect timing. I think you might have been told this already, but it's about the school trip. You know how the police have been coming to the school again because of that incident? So, a number of the senior faculty are going to be called in for questioning, and that day just happens to overlap with the school trip.
Yes, I've been told so.
Now, this came up at the faculty meeting, but the plan is to have third years to act as our proxies. I'm so sorry to drop this on you, Nijima-san, but we'll be counting on you.
Oh my.
What? You know, a lot of the second years this year happen to be unique. You must have your hands full with the entrance exams, but I'm sure you'll be fine with your grades. Don't worry. There'll be a couple more people going besides you.
If that's the case, very well.
Really? Oh, thank goodness. I'll go ahead and pass this news on then.
I guess that works out.
It honestly does. It's good to have familiar friends going into a brand new territory, if you know what I mean.
Listen this time, okay?
The tabloids have been all over it. You might have some concerns, but we're going to do things as usual. I heard the school was in on it and tried to hide it. Were the teachers involved in the scandal too? I had nothing to do with it. Do you really think I have that much power? Okay, that's enough chit-chat. If you're that worried, you can always see our school counselor. Starting today, we will have Dr. Maruki on call. We went to the trouble of getting him, so don't be afraid to ask. Yikes! The new semester's barely started and things are already getting crazy. True that. And it's only gonna get crazier as time goes on. You guys see? Akechi showed up in the rankings. Perhaps it's due to the negative comments he's made about us. Seems that way. God, this is freaking amazing. I feel bad. Come on, you don't gotta pity a jerk like him. By the way, how's it going, Makoto? You getting to your sister's data yet? I think she's been busy. She didn't come home at all yesterday. That's problematic. What are we gonna do? We can't do a damn thing till we get that. Don't rush me. I assure you, I can handle this. More importantly, everyone at school has been on edge since the tabloid article. Please be careful not to stand out, okay? You don't gotta tell me twice. Hey, Kazooie! You, pay attention! Is that how you listen when someone's talking to you? Ha! Well, whatever. Moving on. That was fun. Alright, let's see what we got next. Are people saying the press might show up? Let's keep an even lower profile than usual. Hello there. You remember our deal, how I was supposed to help you with physical training? You think we could put that on hold for next week? I'm going to a training camp, so I'll be out of Japan for a while. I'm going to Hawaii myself. Huh? Oh right, the second year's trip is next week too. Now that's a coincidence. We're both going overseas at the same time, huh? Okay, then training is on hiatus until we both get home. Enjoy your trip. You have to tell me all about it later. So, at this point, if you were working on Kasumi's Confidant, then unfortunately you won't be able to progress until after the events of the school trip. So, keep that in mind. And it looks like we got a couple texts here. Hey, are you free? I am. So, actually, never mind. Hurry up and come home. Feels like my bond with Futaba will grow stronger soon, but there might be more to it than meets the eye. What are your plans? I'm in Shibuya watching people. I'll be at the station for a while, so let me know if something comes up. I'll figure out what we need to do in just a moment. I guess we're hanging out with Justine and Caroline, but I'm pretty sure we won't be able to do much of anything with them just yet. Anywho, it's time to go over Futaba's farewell gifts. As far as her gifts are concerned, we get Mementos scan and treasure reboot. Chance to fully map a floor of Mementos when entering that floor. In other words, if you're speedrunning through Mementos, if she scans the entire floor, you'll be able to progress further as soon as you enter that room. And as far as treasure reboot, it's a chance to revive search objects in the area after battle. So that's actually a pretty useful and handy thing to have if you're trying to grind for cash. But really, it's nothing really all that spectacular. But still, nice gift nonetheless. As far as what her next ability is going to be, at rank 4 she'll get Position Hack. Chance to instantly hold up enemies when starting a battle. Very handy to have, especially in desperate situations. Yeah, that's true. In Royal, she does have more powerful abilities, which we'll get into later. Anywho, before we head on off to hang out with Justine and Caroline, we're going to head over to Electric Town and take a look around. And the reason why is, well, we haven't really had the chance to do so yet. This actually might be a good chance to get some serious bang. Okay, what the hell am I saying? Lol. Anywho, take a look at this, the Maid Cafe. A maid cafe, eh? Visiting the Maid Cafe will cause time to pass, but will improve your charm. When you visit the Maid Cafe, you will receive a stamp card. Collect stamps to obtain rewards. Note you will receive more stamps on Saturdays. So in other words, this is a good place to increase your charm, and depending on your choices, you may be able to increase some other stats as well, which would be guts as well as kindness. But we're not going to worry about that at this very moment in time, because I'm pretty sure that we can't really do much in there anyway. Also, be sure to have some cash on you when you go to the Maid Cafe, otherwise it's just a waste of time. PC tool set. That sounds useful. Okay. Alright, let's keep looking. Ooh, look at this. It's a retro game shop. So we have a bunch of different Famicom games here. Pretty neat. It's kind of sad to see that there aren't too many retro game shops around here nowadays. Honestly, if you want your retro goodness, you'll have to search online, which is rather unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now then, there is something else we can interact with, and that would be this capsule machine. What is this? What is this monster? A capsule vending machine. Oh, so you can get these guys with 500 yen. Why don't you try testing out your luck? Alright, let's do it and see what we get. Capsule came out. The capsule says it's uncommon. It's not a big one, but it's no huge loss either. I just don't get it. Why do people want these? We're in Akihabara, right? Maybe we can find someone here that may want these capsule toys. Perhaps, like if you are looking to get some extra cash or something. But really, it's nothing really all that useful. It's just there for fun. Hey there. This arcade's a hole in the wall. Not too many people are here for Gunabout. Are you here to play Gunabout? Probably not. You look like you suck at games. Ouch. Wow. A crane game, eh? The price right now is Jack Frost. 300 yen. Let's give it a shot. Funny enough, I've only learned about this recently, but the theme that plays for the crane game minigame is actually a reference to another Persona game entirely. I can't remember which one it is, but I think it's a song from Persona 4. Oh man, that stinks. When it comes to the whole crane game thing, there is a bit of a payout just like in real life, but the more you pay into it, the better your chances. You can usually get these prizes after your first or second try, depending on what it is. There we go. Finally got it. If you're wondering what the point of that is, there really isn't much. It's just an extra piece of decoration for your room, so there you go. You did it, you got the prize. A Jack Frost doll, huh? You should put it somewhere in your room when we get home. Throughout the course of the game, the prizes will rotate between different pieces of media, mainly from the Shin Megami Tensei universe. And that's really all you really need to worry about there. Now then, let's see what Justine and Caroline want this time. Alright, time to name the location. Justine, you do the honors. Listen closely. The place we wish to evaluate your rehabilitation is a place where land, water, and sun all meet. People around here have been looking grimmer than ever lately, probably because of the heat, as they say. During this season, large numbers of humans gather at a scorching border between Mother Ocean and the land. Why would they subject themselves to such a harsh environment? We demand a satisfactory answer. Does this location sound familiar, inmate? Well, if you know where it is, then escort us there immediately. Could be Myra Beach. So, what'll it be? Let's go. Oh, so you do know it. Come on, let's go. Move it. Also, I'm pretty sure this part of Justine and Caroline's rehabilitation quest line kind of thing with the skill cards, it's only available during this time frame, and it's only available for a couple of days. So keep this in mind.
Onward, inmate.
Oh, so you do know it. Come on, let's go. Move it. I've heard that humans can fall prey to heat strokes during this season. Let us make care to avoid a similar fate.
My.
This is quite the gathering. Why did they come here, of all places? It's so hot. Perhaps they are trying to catch the cool air blowing over the water. We are rather interested in entering the water ourselves, if possible. Where are your swimsuits? You're talking about special apparel for entering water, yes? Of course we lack such things. And we can't go in the water in these outfits. Our master would be none too pleased upon our return. By the way, I noticed a peculiar group over there. I do not know why, but they stand in a loose formation, striking a plastic sphere back and forth. It was probably a summoning ritual. See, it looks like they're trying to build a shriveled Dekiabar army. That's beach volleyball. Beach volleyball? Never heard of it. What is it? I see. So it's a form of human recreation. Is that some variation of beach volleyball they're playing over there? It looks like they're using a ball as well. What? Where's the watermelon? Straight, straight, right, right. Too far, go back. No, not that way. I know what this is. It's called Suika Wari, correct? From what I've heard, splitting a watermelon with a stick can be a great pleasure. It's kind of like striking a piñata, now that I think about it. How barbaric. What's so fun about that? It's a form of stress relief. So it's part of the destructive tendencies you humans have. The game doesn't appear to have any hidden purpose or meaning. So this place has more benefits to it than just an ocean breeze. Humans can come here to fulfill their desire and release their frustration. Then the ocean sweeps up all those feelings and washes them away. I must say, I find myself quite impressed with this Mother Ocean. We now know why humans gather at the beach, so we have determined this request to be complete. Here's your reward. We've been rewarding you every time for these. You better take these assignments seriously, inmate. True that. Thank you for the growth too. As suggested by the Moncure, Mother Ocean, some say humanity was originally born from the ocean. Perhaps the true reason humans gather here is that their instincts beckon them home. Hey inmate, do you grow nostalgic when you swim in Mother Ocean? Try swimming with a ball and chain on your legs next time. I bet that'll help your rehabilitation too. I'm pretty sure that would force me to drown. It's grown quite hot. You must escort us back now. Yeah, especially in that attire. Well, that was definitely a fun day.
Hey.
What did your principal let happen this time? Your school was on the news again. You some kind of misfortune magnet or something? Just don't bring any bad luck down on me, got it? Sure, I'll do my best. Did you get the data yet? No, my sister still hasn't come home. Man, she's seriously that busy? Probably because of us. So, do you still want to go through with this? Yes, I can do it. Hold on, I have a message. It sounds like she's on her way home. Alright, it's finally time. My heart's pounding. Make sure to be cautious, okay? Be careful. Understood. I'll report back tomorrow.
Ooh, I can't wait to see what comes of this.
Same here. I'm looking forward to it. Looks like one of our jobs is in dire need of our assistance. And it looks like we cannot engage in any of our confidants. Not even Kawakami, obviously, for reasons. Ouya isn't gonna work. So, what I'm gonna do here, it may sound crazy, but I'm gonna go to the maid cafe. And the reason why I'm doing this is there's another quest line for Justine and Caroline and their skill cards. And for whatever reason, their next destination, or one of the destinations, is the maid cafe. However, just examining the place is not enough. You actually have to spend time in here. How much time? You just have to go in here once. Once you spend some time in here, get yourself familiar with the place, then and only then will Justine and Caroline allow you to take them to the maid cafe. I'm just saying. So let's check the place out. Might as well show it off anyway. Funny enough, when it comes to this place in particular, there's actually a trophy that's tied to this place as well. And that is get enough stamps to receive a special reward. Which, thankfully, doesn't require that many stamps, but even so, if you're a completionist, yeah, you're going to be spending some time in here. The atmosphere in here is kind of cute in a cloying way.
Welcome home.
Welcome home, Master. I'm Clara, your clumsy maid. Oh, Master, is this your first time here? Yes, it is. I'm so happy you came. This is your home, so please relax. Oopsies, I almost forgot to inform my first-time visitor. How clumsy of me. We offer stamps here. If you collect 20 stamps, you get a special item from us. You can get 1 stamp per 1,000 yen spent. It would make me so happy if you collect lots of them. So what will your order be? If you're going for stamp collecting, order the most expensive thing every time. If you have the cash, that is.
Absolutely.
And a sincere omelet, correct? As you wish, Master. Hey, this is pretty overwhelming. All this pink hurts my eyes.
Here I go.
Now I will start drawing with sincerity on your omelet. Let me see. What should I write? Oh no! I messed up! I'm sorry, Master. I was trying to write the pain of separation.
What did you say?
Why did she pick that? Master, I tried my best. Would you please forgive me? It's fine. Also, depending on your response, you'll either get additional points towards kindness or guts. It's fine is for kindness, go fix it is for guts. So keep that in mind. Wow, Master, you're so kind. You're amazing. I love you so much. Also, I'm pretty sure the maid cafe, from what I can tell here, kind of reminds me of Hooters. Not that I've actually been there, but even so, it seems eerily similar. I'll be your humble maid for the rest of eternity.
Yeah.
I feel like you're going too easy on her, but I guess you learned how to be tolerant. So there we go. Extra kindness. That sure was unique. Either way, I think you learned how to get people to like you. And some additional charm. Not that we needed any of these things, but weh. Master, I'm sorry for messing up today, but it really is nice having as kind of master as you. Since this is your first visit, I'll give you a stamp card. Cool. Every Saturday is our maid day, where you can get 4 additional stamps. I highly recommend you visit us then. Today you get 5, leaving you with a total of 5 stamps.
Take care.
Have an amazing rest of your day, Master. I'll be waiting patiently for your next visit. Well, like I said, that was totally fun.
Looks like you're busy.
I'm listing up the evidence that's been taken into storage. It's a chore that any part-timer could do. I don't have time to waste on something like this. It felt like my irritation would show on my face at the office, so I brought it home.
I'm sorry to hear.
The Phantom Thieves case isn't so easy that I could pursue it in my spare time. The media keeps making a ruckus about it, so people have been wary whenever we make inquiries. Why I couldn't get anything out of a man who seemed to have intel. I even tried threatening him. All I did was question him a bit harshly.
Oh, I almost forgot. I'll be going on a school trip starting next week. The senior faculty are being questioned, so I'll be going in their stead.
Sounds good to me. The school will owe you for it. It won't get in the way of your entrance exams, will it?
Not at all. Feel free to take a bath first. I need to study.
Okay, I think I'll do that.
Here we go. It's time. Time to install the back door.
Yes?
I want to change my toothbrush.
I bought a new one already. It's on the shelf.
Thanks.
Hurry. No way already. That was fast.
I'm not really in the mood to relax in the tub.
Oh, it's so close to being done, too. Oh, sis?
What is it?
I bought a new bath salt. It's on the same shelf, so would you mind putting it in the tub?
Not at all.
Yes.
There we go. Back door installed. Now to mine her entire PC for cryptocurrency. I got it. What are you talking about this early in the morning? I extracted the data from my sister's PC. Well done. I'm not entirely sure I did it correctly, though. Ooh, I've been waiting for this. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I have to head to school right now, though. Whoa, my bad. Bring it right after, then. I'm gonna punish you if you're late.
Looks like it went well. I wonder what we'll find. Oh, before that, we should get over to school.
Yeah, best not be late. Otherwise, we really will look like a delinquent.
Seriously?
I wish our principal would have a change of heart. He knew all about Kamoshida, but kept his mouth shut. Ridiculous! Well, let's vote him up on the fan site. I can't imagine the Phantom Thieves would go after someone so rotten. I'm sure other teachers knew too. Anyone who did deserve a change of heart. Yeah, but wait. What if it messed up our school trip? Maybe we should wait until after. That sounds like a good idea. You never know.
Oh, yes.
Next week is the school trip you've all been looking forward to. Have you been getting ready? Your destination is none other than Hawaii. I hope your passport isn't about to expire. So you're heading out on Wednesday, so there's no time to get a new one printed. Anywho, or anyhow, I'm sure you'll enjoy your time sightseeing in Hawaii more if you have more knowledge. Now then, Kazooie-kun, look closely at this picture. This is King Kamehameha, the founder of Hawaii. I can't say his name worth a damn. Each hand in his famous statue means something, but do you know what the right represents? That would be prosperity.
This is it. Oh, not bad.
That's right. The right hand represents the prosperity of Hawaii. And the spear on the left hand represents peace. As an aside, it seems that this statue is not of King Kamehameha himself. Goddamn. After his death, another king commissioned the statue, using a boy from his court as the model. Wow, that seems kind of interesting. Funny enough, I would love to go to Hawaii myself. I've never been there, but I know my mother's been to Jamaica during her honeymoon. But even so, definitely a place I would love to go someday. I hope you will make the most out of your 5 days there. Let me just say that I have a fondness for macadamia nuts, so... Souvenirs, huh? I definitely wouldn't want to get some wooden figurine. I can't understand why people would see things like that as gifts. I don't know. You know what they say, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
I think I did it right.
Leave it to me.
Whoa, you grabbed all these? Are they for Hawaii?
If we're gonna lay low, we might as well enjoy it. Oh, look at this one! Gigantic sea turtle sightseeing on some beach.
Come on, food's more important than some turtle. You really don't find steak this big and thick in Japan. Also, mahi-mahi? Is that some kind of fish? Think it's good?
It seems that it's the season for schools all around. We're going on our school trip as well.
Yeah? Where are you guys going?
I believe it's Los Angeles.
That doesn't suit you at all, Yusuke. I bet you wanted to go somewhere like Nikko or Nara.
Anywhere is acceptable. After all, the mineral pigments used for Japanese art were originally imported.
Hawaii and Los Angeles, huh? Which would you want to go to?
Hawaii, actually.
But Los Angeles is hard to give up, too. I mean, don't I seem like an LA guy? Like a total gangsta?
No sense at all.
Hawaii is more of a resort place than LA, so I'd rather go there.
So we won't be seeing each other for a while.
We'll make sure to buy a souvenir for you.
Ooh, here comes some interesting data.
What we got, Futaba?
This is just from a quick glance, but it says perpetrated and connected.
It means that mental shutdowns aren't coincidence. That this is a case with a culprit behind it.
Actually, it's not just about people having shutdowns. Looks like she's inferring that the psychotic breakdown incidents are connected to the same case.
Go Makoto, sis!
How long do you think it'll take to analyze all of it?
There's a lot, so it's not happening overnight. But I'll manage by the time you guys get back. I demand souvenirs from Hawaii and LA for my reward.
Sure thing.
I don't really get all this, but you're as amazing as always, Futaba. I guess it's called an information war? Oh, it's so high-tech and modern. Kinda reminds me of a movie.
We're the Phantom Thieves, so it's not that big a deal. I mean, I can turn into a car and stuff too.
Come on, don't try and compete with her.
What did you say?
You're fine the way you are, Morgana. Like, you're cheeky cute?
Cute?
Well, he is.
Well, we'll continue this when we get back from the trip. I can't wait to see how much the Phantom Thieves' popularity has increased by then.
What the hell? Don't forget to prepare yourselves for the trip, okay? You're really sounding like a teacher right now, man. What are you even saying that for? Didn't I tell you I'll be coming along? What? The teachers have asked me to chaperone the trip in their place. Wait, what? I didn't hear a damn thing about that. Is there a problem? I'm glad we can go together. Yes, I was worried about how many troublemakers will be there. Are you talking about us? But why are they having you go at all, Makoto? It seems some teachers have to stay behind to deal with the tabloid article. So they decided to get a couple of third years to act as additional chaperones. It seems a few others besides myself will be going as well. Oh, I see. Either way, this overseas trip has been truly long awaited. I expect leaving Japan will be a great eye-opener for us. This is a wonderful opportunity, so we should be sure to enjoy it. Don't forget souvenirs. Ugh. Hey, Akechi, what's up?
Hi.
Welcome home, Kazooie-kun. I hope you don't mind that I'm intruding your home again. I expect we both had a long day. I was out until now with work, but I think I finally can take a break. You're not planning on anything too strenuous tonight, are you? Not much. And perhaps we can talk over some boss's coffee. Not that I'm complaining, but if you two are so tired, maybe you could use the bath a little more than coffee. I mean, there's a bathhouse right there. A bathhouse? That doesn't sound too bad. Want to come with me, Kazooie-kun? I'd appreciate it if you could show me the way. Sure. Let's hang out with Akechi. Oh, really? If that's the case, I suppose I'll take you and Boss up on that suggestion. This feels wonderful. It's been a while. So relaxing. It brings back memories. I spent a lot of time in these when I was young.
So...
Of course, these days I'm the detective prince, but my family situation was, well, complicated. By the time I was old enough to realize it, my father was already gone. My mother was all I had. My mother worked at a nightclub. Whenever she had to bring a man home, she'd send me off to the local bathhouse. You've been through a lot. It's in the past. I have no reason to blame her either. The only one who deserves blame is my father, the worthless, degenerate excuse of a man who abandoned my mother. I want to force him to finally give her the apology he owes her, but that is no longer possible. What happened? Sorry, I didn't mean for our conversation to get so depressing. Actually, are you alright? I know the hot water can make people dizzy. This is nothing. I'm still good to go too. I feel like I'm barely starting to feel warmed up. Ah, that's refreshing. These really taste the best when you're just out of the bath. Oof. I think I feel a little lightheaded. Guess I win. You sure about that? Your entire body is bright red. This is the first time I've even taken a bath like this. I've never told anyone else about my family situation either. I wonder why I told you. Curious indeed. Because we're similar, I think. Now that you mention it, maybe we are pretty similar deep down. We're both victims of the adults who unfairly impacted our lives. I think you're right.
Yes.
I'm even more sure that after having talked with you. Then again, this probably isn't a conversation we should be having naked. Let's get dressed, shall we? Yeah, let's do that. But anywho, Akechi's now up to rank 6 in his Confidant. Sweet. My skin still feels like it's radiating heat. Next time, let's keep the competition out of the bath. Best to save it for the Baze, right? Though we can always see who changes faster. First to leave wins. Are you ready?
Goodbye then.
Well, see you later. Later, Akechi. Hey, between the delicious coffee and the bath, I finally managed to relax, so thank you. It's nice to spend the day as Goro Akechi for once, rather than the Detective Prince, you know? I don't know if it's because of the whole Prince image, but everyone seems to think I'm some brilliant prodigy. It's really nothing like that, but people always seem to misunderstand. If they saw how I was acting today, perhaps they'd say I wasn't acting like the Detective Prince. They probably love it. I suppose there's a certain appeal to that gap, isn't there? But I suppose you're the only one who sees that side of me. Nobody else particularly needs to, anyway. Honestly, though, I can't figure you out, no matter how I try. You and I have common ground in some aspects, but in others, we're total opposites. It's intriguing. The more I get to know you, the more it makes me think, I wonder why that is. Now that I'm veering into strange territory, I should let you go for now. See you. See you later, Akechi. Let's hang out again sometime. Who should I vote for in the rankings? Isn't this kind of interesting? Akechi's a detective, right? He seems kind of incompetent. He talks big, but he doesn't even do anything. Ugh, I hate people like that. They're all talk. Well, you never really know what's going on behind the scenes, so you really shouldn't jump the gun, if you know what I mean. Hey, do you go to the arcades a lot? There's a forum post that's been bothering me lately. Apparently there's a nasty gamer at an arcade nearby. Nasty how? From the sound of it, he's a frequent cheater. Lately, he's been focusing on a popular shooting game called Gun About and ruining people's fun. According to the post, he mostly spends his time down at the arcade called Gilligo on Central Street. It might just be a game, but cheating is inexcusable.
A nasty gamer. It's definitely possible he'll exist in Mementos. Mishima said he's at the arcade on Central Street, right? Let's go see what this is all about.
Sounds like a good idea. So here we have one of the most infamous quests in the entire game. Winners don't use cheats. More on this when we actually come across it and when we actually get to go to Mementos again.
Okay.
You're leaving for your trip next Wednesday. Maybe we should take care of what we can before then. That sounds like a good idea. Hello. I know this is sudden, but I won't be at the church this week. I'm going to Los Angeles for my school trip. This is my first time overseas, so I'm a little nervous. We will continue with your lessons if I return safely. Okay. You want me to perform an examination on you? I can close the office this afternoon if you're going to come. Well, I'll think about it, first and foremost. What are you going to do today? I'm waiting at LeBlanc. Keep me posted. Apparently EY had a message for me. Well, whatever. No big deal. Alright. So, it looks like Takemi can't max out her Confidant yet, but we can work on Futaba at the very least. So, that's good to see. Anyway, before we get started on any sort of Confidant grinding... Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, Futaba might be a good idea to work on her Confidant. Let me check my calendar. Not Confidants, dang it. Calendar, there we go. So the school trip is on the 7th. I'm pretty sure we'll have until the 6th to actually do something. Okay. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the arcade in down on Central Street and take care of this. There's a Mementos target here we haven't identified yet, right? What, you want to play this? I'm playing Gun About right now, so don't bother me. Hey, did you get change yet? It won't take my 1,000 yen bill. Oh, now's my chance. The cheaters logged in. Hey, hurry up and bring me back some change. The cheater? Some people online found his real name on a social media site, and now they're all raging. I think his real name is, Yoshikumi Nijima. That dirtbag is 40 years old and jobless. Well, I'm gonna crush Nijima and be a hero. But you don't seem to be winning at all. Shut up! Just go and bring me back some change already. So that's the malevolent player that Mishima was talking about. He's the infamous cheater. It's one thing to cheat if you're playing alone, but it's wrong to mess with other people like that. We got his name too. It looks like Yoshizuki Nijima is going to be our next target. True that. And like I said, we got a lot to go over when it comes to Mementos requests. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm not going to be going to Mementos just yet. I'm going to see if I can hold off for one more day, and then we'll take it all on at once, if I can. So, let's get our fortune reading and do the special bond reading. And I think I'm also going to try to get another reading too. The one reading where you are thinking about that particular confidant, which in this case I'm going to go for Takemi because, well, we are technically thinking about her in a sense. So let's go ahead and do just that. Affinity reading. And go for Takemi. There you go. So, the reason why I'm holding off and I'm going to start working on Futaba's Confidant is, well, because I really wanted to, honestly. And I think now's a good time as any to do so anyway. Oh, that's right. Well, sorry about what happened in Akihabara. I really messed up. Futaba looks really depressed. Maybe you should cheer her up. So, in order to even continue Futaba's Confidant questline, I think your kindness level needs to be at least level 3. So, be sure to keep this in mind. That police officer, he was a way higher level than me. You did well, Futaba. Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, I still managed to buy some stuff after that, but that was only because you were there. Anyways, can we go up to your room? I want to talk to you some more. Okay, sure. That sounds like a good idea. Okay, let's go, Banjo. Diddly-deed. Akihabara was lots of fun. I think I want to try going somewhere else sometime. It really sounds like Sojiro wants me to go back to school. But online classes are better for studying. I wouldn't even have to leave the house. That's a great idea, though. Yeah. Ain't it? I can attend classes without even getting out of bed. Though, I don't know if Sojiro would really consider that going to school. School. What's the matter? To be honest, I really do want to go back. Do you think I'll be able to? If we work together, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll be able to. Yeah. I'm gonna do my best.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I should make a promise list. What is that? My mom used to have me do that all the time. She'd write all my goals for the month, like cleaning the house or running errands for her. Then when I'd finish one, she'd mark it off with a big stamp. She always used to write comments too. Those were the best. Oh, and once I finished all my goals, she would take a day off work to spend time with me. It's decided then. I'm going to make a promise list. Time to get my ideas ready. All done. So, these are my promises. 1. Go somewhere with lots of people. Getting used to big crowds is key. 2. Go to school. I want to see the inside of a normal high school. I want to see what the inside of a normal high school looks like. 3. Learn about my generation. I definitely need more info. 4. Have a normal conversation with a stranger my age. How's that? Sounds good to me.
Settled.
I'm not setting a deadline for this, by the way. I want to try and finish all of them someday. You're gonna have to help me, though. I'll work even harder with my navigation in return. Hello, Super Colix. Welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. And to answer your question, what I'm planning on doing for Halloween? Honestly, not much of anything at all. Just gonna be hanging out. Just gonna be taking it like any other day, honestly. Not planning on going out to any sort of parties or anything like that. So, there we go. Futaba level 2. Now she has Mementos scan, even though we already had it thanks to her farewell gift. So, wait. So, if I finish all the promises, do you think I could have a reward? What would you like? I know it's kind of weird to ask, but having a reward waiting at the finish line will totally push me onward. Anyway, I got this! Though, I'm kind of exhausted from making the list, so... Tomorrow. I got this tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna make like a hedgehog and roll out of here. That's funny. That's a nice little nod to Sonic the Hedgehog. Holy! It is I! Thanks for spending time with me today. Taking out the promise list brought back memories of when I worked on it with my mom. Hey, if I finish the promise list and start going to school, do you think it'd make Sojiro happy? I bet it will. Right. Right? Okay, that's another reason I gotta work at this. I want to think of something I could do for Sojiro, but that's all I got for now. But first I gotta finish the promise list. Doing this alone would be like omega hard. Let's try to trying to solo a final boss. But now I got you in my party. I'm counting on you. So yeah, I'm stoked. Let's start Phantom Thieves. Well, Phantom Quest 4, Chapters of the Thieves. Sure, we got a party of only 2, but don't worry about that. Bye for now. Later, Futaba.
You're back.
I'm so bored. What are you talking about? Analyze that data. My PC's doing all the work. That leaves me with nothing. We are preparing for our school trips. None of us have the time to entertain you right now. Oh shoot, I need to go shopping. All we need is a toothbrush, right? What are you packing for? There's a lot I need. Shampoos, lotions, conditioners. Ah, that reminds me. I should pack a canvas. This trip will be a prime painting opportunity. Will one be enough, though? That's more than enough. No, I should bring 3. Inspiration may strike at any moment in time. Kind of. I mean, it kind of does make a appearance as DLC in a costume. So, there you go. Now, regarding canvas size, bigger is better, yes? What are you asking us for? What I mean is, you shouldn't take shit like that with you. Being able to talk to each other openly like that must be nice. I'm sure you can do the same too, Mona, if you really think about it. Evening, it's Lala from Crossroads. Can you take a shift today? All my regulars went whooshed in like a big drunken tornado. And obviously you get that little extra pay for it. I'm not that bad a boss. Hey you, let me know. Ciao. So in other words, we'll get extra pay for working that particular day. Today's the day. I'm sure I don't have to explain the significance, but I have a request from you. since you've stuck by my side, how's your schedule for today? Let me see. I guess we're hanging out with Justine and Caroline, so sorry. Alright, time to name the location. Justine, you do the honors.
No.
Listen closely. The place we wish to evaluate your rehabilitation is an odd feature of the city where slaves attend to the needs of visitors. Apparently, the slaves of this camp refer to visitors as master, and their behavior can even be controlled to some degree. I wonder how this compares to our devotion to our own master. This could make a strong example for the inmate. Does such a location sound familiar to you? Yeah, I have. I've actually covered a few Kingdom Hearts games already. And I've done a traditional playthrough of the first Kingdom Hearts game. I've done a stream playthrough of 358 over 2 days, as well as Read Chain of Memories. I've also done a playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 2 not that long ago, so yeah, next up on the chopping block is Birth by Sleep. As far as when I'm going to get to it, I'm not 100% sure when as of yet. We still gotta get through Persona 5 Royal first, so yeah. At this point, we're only about halfway done. So, yeah. Quite a while yet. Chain of what? Lol. It's known as Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Originally released on Game Boy Advance, later re-released as Kingdom Hearts Re-Chain of Memories on PlayStation 2. And it was also included in the HD compilation collections. Oh. I don't blame you. Anyway. So anyway, like I was saying when it comes to these people here, yeah, glorified Yu-Gi-Oh! In a sense, but with action elements. So like I was saying, you do need to enter the maid cafe and interact with the place at least once before you can actually bring the twins to the place. So yeah, that kind of stinks, but it is what it is. What is it that makes a cafe maid? Is it the slaves? I want to find out.
Guide me, inmate.
We shall do just that. Inmate, take us there immediately. Yeah, true. But still, I'm pretty sure it took a lot of negotiating with Disney just to even get Sora into Smash. You know how Disney is. Just saying. So, this is a slave camp. The decor is bizarrely cheerly for such a horrid place. I'm surprised one is operating in the heart of the city like this. I had originally thought such places would need to hide in the shadow, far from public scrutiny. Welcome home, Master. Are you addressing me? You are sorely mistaken about who you're, Master. We've come here to observe fully, Justine. Don't worry. We'll free her from when we're finished. Hey, you. Yes, Master? Tell me, why are you grinning like that? You're a slave. Huh? A slave? What do you mean, Master? Maybe you're ordered to smile, but what? Do you lack a will of rehabilitation? Or rebellion? Or are you just naturally submissive? Well, Master, I don't know. What is with that insufferable... Hey, inmate! Do you really think you can get proper rehabilitation here? You get used to it. So you're saying you're learning how it feels to be a slave? I don't like the sound of that at all.
Caroline.
Calm yourself, Caroline. Aw, aren't you just the cutest? Yeah, I am glad Sora made it into Smash. Don't get me wrong. I really am happy to see that he finally made it in. Watch it. You think laughing at your masters is proper discipline? Oh, now I get it. You're here for the discipline service, is that it? Then listen up, you little shrimp! Quit gawking at me and order already! You want to get jabbed with one of those tiny little shrimp folks? Out with it! Just she thrown off the yoke of oppression. What did I just say? Order, or did you need a menu? If you can even read, is that it? Little baby can't read a menu. Just the usual service, actually, please.
Absolutely.
As you wish, Master. Here's the menu. What can I bring you today? What is wrong with her? Her mood changes in an instant. Yeah, he is. He is the final DLC for Smash Ultimate. Such versatility. Could she possess the potential for the power of the wild card? Yep. Yeah, true that. Well, never mind. We are focused on the matter at hand. What could this be? Love Star Pancake. What do they put in it? Nothing suspicious, I hope. Love. They put love in it? How is that possible? Love isn't a physical substance. Have they been scamming you here? Let's order something else. In that case, let's go with the sincere omelet. As you wish, Master. Oh no, I messed up. Please forgive me, Master. How dare you! Fix this right now! You can beg for forgiveness once I receive a perfectly sincere meal. But I filled it with love. Wait.
Damn it.
Don't even try that fake cry act on me. Fix it! Double time! I'm not letting you off until it's right. No, I can't. I tried so hard. I'm just so clumsy. I even practiced a ton. And... hey. How could you make this poor slave cry like that? Fine. I'll say I'm sorry. Look, maid, I'm sorry. I'll eat it. Just stop crying. You will? Yay! Thank you so much. Would you care for some hot tea to go with it? I also recommend a relaxing coffee. I promise to pour all my heart into making it for you. Fine, just bring whatever. This has been so tiresome. Even the people being served have to behave a certain way. I struggle to comprehend why it's so complicated. And yet, people here are willing to pay good money to partake in this master-servant charade. The lengths that humans will go to hold positions of power, their desires truly appear to be limitless. Anyway, we hereby deem your assignment complete. Here's your reward. Thank you. Excuse me. I feel as though we saw a side of humanity today that was new to us. As a matter of fact, this isn't a new event for us at this point. We do seem to witness curious new facets of humanity with each special assignment we undertake. Most intriguing indeed. But the only thing that matters to you is your rehabilitation, and don't you forget it! Fair enough. Fair enough, ladies.
That's wild.
The Phantom Thieves have been so popular lately. What is the fan site? Ooh, they have a new merch.
Nice work, Phantom Thieves.
The Phantom Thieves are amazing. I mean, even the harshest TV commenters are praising them. A lot of celebrities are talking openly about the Phantom Thieves. The Phantom Thieves fight for the people. Anyone opposed to them is just behind the times. Just look at that Akechi kid. He's catching a ton of shit for what happened with Megid. Justice can't exist so long as the Phantom Thieves do. Big talk from someone who can't even catch them. Even politicians are claiming the Phantom Thieves are dangerous. They're all full of hot air, though. The Phantom Thieves are totally trustworthy. Looks like people are coming around to us. That's true, but...
I don't get it.
Everyone knows about the cover-up. It's not really a big deal anymore. You know what is a big deal? My gun about rank going up. Gun about? The super real? That's the one with the gun-shaped controller, right? Everyone's talking about it. The multiplayer's so good. The arcade on Central Street has it, so does the one on Akihabara. You should give it a try sometime. I played against someone really good the other day. I couldn't land a single shot on them. That sounds peculiar. All anyone talks about anymore is the Phantom Thieves. I kind of miss it when no one knew who we were. Oh, I don't know. Do you remember the promise list? I want to do that stuff. Can you come with me? It may be a good idea to work on said list, but it looks like Takemi is ready to be hung out with. But will she level up? No, she will not. Well, one thing I will go ahead and do here is, since I technically have the time to do this right now, I believe around this point in the game is where Phantom Thieves' popularity is at an all-time high. And I didn't even know about this until quite some time during my second playthrough. But if you go into the store around this time, you'll be able to get some special items, which include the Phantom Wafflers, which restore 50 HP and cure status ailments, so that's pretty nice. You'll also get a Thief Mask, which nullifies Brainwash. Calling Postcard, which I never even knew existed, and believe it or not, this is actually a pretty interesting thing I never even knew about. Allow me to show you what I mean. First off, let's return to Youngin Jaya and head to the back streets. There is something I kind of want to do here first before I show off this other thing. So first, let's bring out the broken laptop, buy this sword, I guess. Alright, we're good. Alright, so you see this red mailbox here? You would think this is just a piece of decoration. Well, if you bought the postcard, come to think of it, you bought a postcard. Why don't you try mailing it to someone? And we're going to send this to Kemi. Funny enough, you can send this to any one of your confidants so long as you have not maxed out their rank, which is interesting. And yeah, let's send this to Takemi. Let's try mailing this to Takemi. I feel like I got a little closer with Takemi. So in other words, free confidant points, so you don't need to worry about losing that much time, if any at all. Just a little bit of cash. Unfortunately, it's not enough to raise her level just yet, but even so, yeah. Could only imagine if Sonic was in Mortal Frickin' Kombat. That would be kind of hilarious. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do an affinity reading, and we're not gonna be working on Confidants today. Instead, we're going to actually go into Mementos. It's been a long time coming, but we're finally gonna get to Mementos and finally take on all 8 of these requests. We got a lot to go over in a very little bit of time, but thanks to Ryuji's insta-kill, we should be able to make quick progress without too much of a problem. So, to prepare, let's go ahead and get some additional readings. So, we're going to go ahead and get a money reading, which money reward from battle will increase if you win with an all-out attack. And I believe this also counts with Ryuji's insta-kill. So, This is a good way of getting even more cash. Okay, let's read your money fortune. Fate. Is this money? This tells me that ultimately you'll attain more money than usual. Hopefully you'll have a payday coming soon. So in other words, we'll be able to increase our payout even more if we manage to win any battles with an all-out attack. Which, like I said, I think also applies when you're doing, using Ryuji's insta-kill. So, here we go. Actually, no. I thought maybe of doing a special bond reading, which maybe that would be a good idea now that I think about it. So let's go ahead and get that. You never know. I might be able to get everything done in one fell swoop, which that is the plan. One reading I really wish I had access to right now was the Celestial reading. It is the most expensive reading out of all the readings you can get in this entire game at a whopping 20,000 yen. But it instantly triggers a fusion alarm, or yeah, it instantly triggers a fusion alarm in the Velvet Room, and you'll get more fusion alarms more frequently, so that's pretty damn neat.
It appears everyone is here.
Practically everyone is speaking of the Phantom Thieves. Our surge in popularity is quite stunning. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and save progress here. Just so that way we're ready for pretty much anything and everything that comes our way. So let's view the request and get ready to enter Mementos. Today seems like a perfect day for us to go into Mementos. Let's check out our intel. We'll start with this one first. This intel is on an online stalker burning with jealousy because the man she loves has been taken away. It seems she's a Shujin student. Her delusions are really getting out of hand. She even writing how she's going to kill them. If we don't stop her, she might actually do it. We need to figure something out before that happens. Fine by me. There's still more. This intel is on the atrocious land specular, whatever. He's trying to threaten the old couple who's managed a theater in Yongen to make him move out. If we don't do something, things will probably get even worse. So he's trying to do this because they declined his offer? We cannot allow such a horrible method to succeed.
Very well.
I will go along with this. Okay, still more. This intel is on a malicious cheating gamer. Apparently he's been cheating at the arcades to show off recently. It's been nothing but an annoyance to the other customers though.
Okay.
Let's change that immature jerk's heart fast. We'll show him a real man's fight, fair and square.
Very well.
Okay. This next intel is on a harassing boss. He steals the achievements of his underlings without doing any work himself, all of his own profit. Apparently, many of the workers have quit because they couldn't handle his spiteful nature.
Well,
Using his position of power for wrongdoing, such a horrible boss must repent for what he's done. Let us beat that rubbish mentality into submission. There's still more. This intel is on a dangerous assailant who's shown up in Shibuya recently. He only targets the weak. Many have already fallen victim to him.
Okay.
Seriously? The hell are the police doing about this? Guess we gotta be the ones to punish this dude. Let us beat that rubbish mentality into submission. There's still more. This intel is on a college student who's been abusing animals to relieve stress. Apparently, a lot of cats have died by his hand. How could someone even do that? I don't believe this. I could never forgive a human like that. This will be revenge. There's still more, though. This intel is on a couple related to Kawakami's former student. They're quite the foul pair of people. They're using the incident where that child died to try and extort money from Kawakami. What? Threatening her is bad enough by itself, but using a deceased child to do it? That's just too much. We have to do this. I'll show off my skills in front of Lady On. Okay, looks like we are all ready to do this. I've already left the calling card at our target's home. There's still more. Remember that journalist Uya got us info on Kaneshiro? This is about her boss. He's been harassing her and keeping her from investigating the case in which her partner went missing. He has to know something that he doesn't want other people knowing.
What did you say?
Truth is the highest art of journalists. To think someone would be so impertinent as to impede it. Let us lend Oya our assistance so she can gather the news she needs. We need to take down the evil that can't be judged by law. Okay, looks like we're all ready to do this. Left the target on a calling card, buddy boo. No objections, right? We're good to go. If you're okay with it, that's a unanimous decision. Okay, all that's left now is to take down the targets in Mementos. And like I said, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 requests. And let me tell you folks, that's a lot on our plate. One thing I know for sure is that we're going to be able to take care of 7 out of the 8 requests. And if you want to know why I say this and we're not going to be taking on all 8, you'll soon see when we get to this particular request of winners don't use cheats. Which, funny enough, I'm pretty sure this particular request is a fun nod to an old saying that is used in arcade machines back in the early 80s. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's still being used to this day. And the saying is, winners don't use drugs. So, here we go. That's a lot of requests. Let's get to it. At the moment, our target count in Mementos is 8. Well, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Finally, time for some action. It's been roughly 2.5 to 3 sessions since we actually done any sort of fighting, so let's get to it. Oh, wait, I'm getting a reading. It's coming from below. Bada binga bada booma, a new area has opened up in Mementos.
A new area has been confirmed in the depths. Updating guidance information.
It's gotten even bigger.
This happened because we stole another treasure, right?
I feel like it's gonna keep getting bigger and bigger.
I don't think Mementos' territorial expansion is caused by us stealing a treasure. I bet it's things like the number of searches for Phantom Thieves, the ranking of trending words, and the access counter on Mishima's website and stuff. Even now, it's slowly expanding.
The more we become the topic of conversation, the more Mementos spreads?
Maybe it's the other way around.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
We're the ones expanding it. Or perhaps Mementos grants further passage as we become more prevalent in the general public's cognition.
Like, getting free admission for being popular?
That's rather well put.
For real? That's amazing! Actually, you're amazing, Futaba. How'd you figure that out?
Piece of cake.
I didn't know at all. What have I been doing?
It's okay, Mona. Not everyone has to know absolutely everything. Just saying. I wonder what's changed. Let's go check it out, Joker.
Let's begin our beautiful work.
Alright.
I got all the navigation you need right here. So in other words, she is not going to be an active party member, like I said. She is purely for navigation, and that's really all there is to it. So first off, we got a couple of targets in the following couple of areas. We got 2 more areas to explore, and let me tell you folks, it's going to be a fun and bumpy ride. Let's begin. Alright, let's see what we got first. I'm sensing the target in area deeper inside. Gotcha, let's go deeper in there. Alright, time to head down. Futaba's Memento scan ability has identified everything on this floor. So, as a result, we can technically go down further if we wanted to. But I'm not going to do that just yet. And what's really cool is that we got a very lucky layout. This sort of layout doesn't come around all that often. But I think what comes into play when it comes to figuring out what kind of layout you're going to get for all of these areas is the difference between the enemies in the area and Joker's level. Basically, the higher the level is, the more likely you'll be able to get, like, straightforward pathways. But this isn't really 100% the case, necessarily. Then again, I'm probably just pulling this out of my ass, just out of pure observation from previous playthroughs and previous experiences. So I can't say for sure if that is an absolute fact. So the reason why I'm not heading down straight away is because I wanted to first off get a few more experience points and also gather a few more items too. So there we go. Alright. Time to head down. I can sense our target somewhere in this area. Let's scout the floor for them. Okay, so our first target is just down this way. In fact, we got lucky again. It's right in front of us. Let's head on in. This is going to be quite fun. Those shadows must be the guardians of the student named Takase. Those two look pretty sure of themselves, real smug looking. So they're blackmailing that teacher Kawakami by using that incident where their child died. But Miss Kawakami did nothing wrong, right? We have to help her. Okay. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's do it. Money, money, money! Hurry and pay us your money! It's your responsibility! Clothes, handbags, makeup. There's too many things I want. Who the hell are you? Oh, are you the ones of those Phantom Thief guys? There's no reason for me to get targeted, though. I don't need no change of heart. Oh, I believe you. And things are only going to get even more extreme as time goes on. That incompetent teacher is so worthless. She should be grateful to be a source of income for me. She's not worthless. Also, you're incompetent. Shut up! Kawakami got in the way. I was going to use what happened to my son to get back at people. I'm not gonna lose. I won't lose to elitists like you. We'll just see about that, ladies and gents. Why don't we get to work? Believe me, some of these requests have triggered me as well in a sense. I don't like your attitude. Take them down. So this is gonna be fun. These two, I don't think I've identified any sort of weaknesses whatsoever with these people, so this is gonna be rather interesting to figure out. Cool, one's frozen. Time to take him down. Okay. There we go. Nice technical shot. He's down. On to the next. Burn, baby. Nice. You bastards. They took us down. Indeed we did. That was easy. Nice. You're looking down on me, too. Deep down inside, you're laughing at me, aren't you? Name brands, aesthetic appointments. Without them, people will laugh. No one's laughing. We're terrible human beings. Our son, Taki, and his real parents were different. His parents were both high-level elites at big-name corporations, always looking at us coldly. That's why I let our sons experience what it's like to be forced to grovel. It felt nice to see him gradually break down from working so much. You're terrible human beings, you know that? I guess this is why everyone's looked down on us. I'm not sure. I'm not sure now if his birth parents really looked down on us. I was happy as long as I was with Toshiro, but I forgot all about it. I became obsessed with money. Takayuki really was a good kid. He really was. Just sucks that he had to go the way he did. It seems that the Kase couple had a change of heart. I should call Kawakami to my room. We'll definitely do that later. For now, let's keep moving. On to the next target. Impressive leadership. Well, what's next? Do you want to continue exploring? How many targets left in this area? One? Okay, then. What's our next move, Joker? I'm actually going to go back to the entrance. The reason as to why I'm doing this is because of the fusion alarm. I think we can use this time to fuse some additional personas and get some pretty neato gear. So let's go and do it. Too funny. Also, apologies, I'm not letting that comment through for obvious reasons. Okay, definitely gonna register Hellbiker. You know what, let's go ahead and register these two. Sentinel, definitely. Anzu, no. Andreas. That's gonna be a big fat N-O from M-E. No. How about you? Also gonna be a no. But then again... yeah, no. Okay, we'll register you.
Are you certain?
Here we go.
There is
Now then, let's see what we can itemize first.
Powered up form.
This card's powered up.
You know what? Let's go for this.
Assume your new form.
It's fine. Just want to keep things PG-13 if you know what I mean, without getting too spicy. Okay, so as far as whom we're going to strengthen, let's see here. You know, Red Rider could use a bit of an extra lift, if you know what I mean. So let's try you. No. No. Hell no, no, and no. Wow, it seems like we can't really strengthen much of anyone here. Wow, okay. That's kind of unfortunate. So let's go for Advanced Fusion. Okay, no, never mind. Ooh, Raoul. Not gonna be fusing him because, well, it's way too damn strong. So let's take a look at Izagami. So, this is not the same as Izagami no Okami Pikoro, or Izagami no Okami. Just saying, this is a different Izagami, and this particular persona is part of the Legacy DLC. So in other words, if you have this installed, this is a damn good persona to make if you can. So, its inherited skills are Godmaker, which increases chances of triggering allies' persona traits, which is pretty sweet. Anywho, for his skills, we have Cross Slash, Thundaga, I guess, lol, or Thundera, and this, whoopee. Okay, you know what, let's do it. This is a persona born within one whom held a fate outside of that of your tale of rehabilitation. However, that persona still bears the power of its original owner. It shall be of great help to you.
Choose which skills to inherit.
Let's see, let's just go with this, and bring over as many skills as we can. Let's see, not gonna go for Rage, that's for sure. We don't need that. Guess that. And Foul Breath, why not?
Bestow great power indeed. Well, well.
Let's do it. OG Izagami, the basic form. Make a quick save file. No need to worry about that. What do we got? Ooh, okay, this sounds pretty good. Change. Nice. Nice upgrade all around. Rising Slash. Heavy physical damage to one foe. Powers up after a baton pass. You know what? Let's get rid of Foul Breath. Increase evasion from physical skills. You know what? Let's go ahead and get rid of this. How about it? Turned out great. Cool. Yeah, albeit, that was pretty damn good, all things considered. So as far as what regular OG Izagami can be turned into as far as items is concerned, he can become a white headband R during a fusion alarm. A royal headband filled with even more energy. So in other words, this is a pretty damn good item to have. It includes Life Surge. So, pretty cool, all things considered. So, here's what I'm gonna do here. Let's first see if I can register. I guess we're not gonna register it because it's already done. Okay.
This is its powered up form. Prepare for the unexpected.
Okay. Strengthen. This is what I wanted to do. I was like, wait, what do I want to do again?
You would settle for this during an alarm?
Okay. Never mind. Not gonna do that, but instead what I'm gonna do is something more akin to this. It's crazy, I know, but I kind of wanted to raise Centennial's stats. Let's do it. There we go. All done.
Well now, a most unexpected turn of events.
Very nice stat increases all around. Definitely needed for something like this, so pretty neat. Okay. Let's go ahead and change the car decals because, well, we haven't really done so in a while. So let's go with Phantom Thief style. I think I might have already done this. I'm not 100% sure. But regardless, our next target, I believe, is at the end of the next section. I say as I accidentally selected the wrong area. Whoops. Okay, no targets in this area because I selected the wrong place in the first time around, so whoops. Okay, here's where we need to go. There it is, Morigami's shadow. She's smirking. That's kind of creepy. Her blog is full of all her crazy thoughts. She must be lost in some sort of sick romance fantasy. Shouldn't we do something about it before she can hurt anybody?
Okay, let's go.
Of course, let's do it. Let's go. What are you Phantom Thieves doing? I know why you go after Kamoshida, but why me? Hey, I don't blame you for falling in love, but there's a point where it goes too far. You're the bitch trying to steal Ikazuki-kun away from me. Excuse you? Who are you calling a bitch? And I'm not interested in whoever your boyfriend is. You're just a sore loser, hanging out with some lame guys and a funny-looking animal. What'd you say? Oh, I know. Please kill me. Funny-looking animal? Is she talking about me? That makes me mad. Get her! Indeed, let's do just that. Let's get to it. Don't get in the way of romance! Believe me, this is not the romance that you're thinking of. This isn't Days of Our Lives. Just saying. Oh dear. Okay, so this thing does not have any weaknesses whatsoever, so you're going to have to inflict it with status ailments if you want to get anywhere. Or you can't really do that at all, which is unfortunate. Well then. Also, any sort of insta-kill abilities do not work, so keep that in mind. Okay, that didn't quite work out, so let's try this instead. If you really want to get this done quick, try to inflict some sort of ailment on it, such as freezing it, zapping it, doing whatever you can. Even using an item that has a high status ailment inflictment rate is a pretty good idea. Oh yeah! Nicely done. Fire boost. This sounds pretty good. Strengthen Spire skills by 25%, which is pretty damn sweet if I do say so myself. Alright, let's go ahead and swap this out. My romance, my passion, I can't believe it was all wrong. What is real love and romance? You'll understand someday. Someday? When will that be? What should I do with all these feelings inside me? Just tell them face to face, and don't write weird stuff in your blog. It'll take courage, though.
Thank you.
I'm scared, but I'll do it. Please, wait for me, Isagugi-kun. Hey, just don't do anything weird. True that. There it is, the treasure. Neat. Alright, on to the next area. And like I said, we got 2 more areas to explore here. It opened. Don't you just feel like the whole world approves of you whenever these things open? For a second, but then I thought how there are more of these walls waiting ahead. Alright, let's get in there. It is going to take a little bit of time to navigate our way through here. Also, apologies if my internet decided to take a shit. It is what it is. Oh, the whole ambience changed again. I never realized how creepy the subway system could be. Inside the train, you don't even notice. I agree. Perhaps it is like the darkness in all men's hearts. Always there, never received. It's a new area from this point on. Let's be careful heading in. Okay, so cool. We got our first target. And thankfully they are right around the corner, quite literally. Also, I just realized I selected the wrong decal. Whatever. No big deal. You can always switch out another time. It's Subi's shadow, no doubt about it. But he seems a little irritated. I've heard he was abusing animals just to get his anger out of them. I can't let him get away with something like that. You guys, don't go easy on him. Duh. Excuse me. Cats? What about cats? Maybe they die when I use them to blow off steam, but the shelter was going to kill them anyway. In fact, I bet those cats are happy to be so useful to humans. What a poor excuse for a human being. I could never forget someone like you. Why don't you complain to the irresponsible people taking their pets to the pound, huh? Well, who cares? You guys are superheroes, right? Then hurry up and destroy this rotten society. We'll take your twisted desires, but first I'll show you the pain you cause those poor animals. Huh? Wait, are you some kind of cat monster? Perhaps he is. And he's ready to take revenge for every single cat you murdered, you bastard. Let's do it, Joker. I'll show you the wrath of cats. And no, we're not talking about the movie. Just saying. Say what you will, this world consists of the strong and the weak. One controls, the other obeys. Humans and cats are our prime example. Now, who is stronger, me or the Phantom Thieves? Why don't we find out right now? So, this thing is weak against fire as well as light-based attacks. If I have to guess, it has a strong affinity against, it has a strong resistance against cursed-based attacks. So keep that in mind. Say goodnight. Time to finish you off. Okay, I guess that didn't quite work. Heh. I thought that would finish him off for sure, but I guess not. This should definitely finish him off, though. Good night. Oh yeah, way to get things done. Cool. Medium nuke damage to all foes. Hell yeah. Gimme.
What the hell?
Ow! It hurts! You're gonna kill me! We're putting you in a cage. That's a good idea. Perhaps then he'll understand what those animals had to endure. I'm sorry. What should I do? Remember the awful things you did to those cats. Doesn't it make you feel horrible? I've done something terrible. I'm even less than an animal. I'm worthless trash. I won't tell you to give up your life, but you will spend the rest of your life in guilt. Perhaps then this will better shape him up in the future, but who knows. Oh yeah, there it is, the treasure. Here we go. Another weapon for Meowgana. Not that he really needs it, but whatever. That went well. What should we do now? Keep exploring? Okay, targets left in the area, 4. Okay, then what's our next move? Let's keep going. Let's push on further ahead. Alright, let's see what's next. It's still far, though. They must be deeper inside. Indeed. Let's see what we have left to explore. Thankfully, our destination is literally right around the corner. But I definitely want to grab everything else on this floor first and foremost. Just so that way we can get some additional experience, some more flowers for when we run into Josei again, and maybe a few more personas, and maybe even trigger another fusion alarm. You never know. You can never be too careful when it comes to preparation. You never know what could be around the corner. Could be something incredibly dangerous, or it could be something so weak that you can just blow on it and it will literally fall over and peel. It'll just drop dead. Know what I mean? Here we go. Always nice to have more treasures. Also, the decal, I thought I had the wrong one on. Thankfully, that was not the case. Also, rare enemy. Gimme. Queen's necklace. Okay. Time to nail it with some good old psychokinesis. That was a little overkill, don't you think? Well, whatever, no big deal. We can always switch back.
With this power. Okay.
That was easy.
Yeah, it was. Surprisingly so. Well, then again, I did accidentally use an ace up my sleeve, but whatever, no big deal. On to the next area. Sure is dark and spooky around here. Given the circumstances that it really is that time of year again when everything is super spooky and scary, it's perfectly fitting for a place like this. But hey, at least we get a nice bop and jam thanks to Persona 5 Royal. You know? Otherwise it will be the same old do. It's enough to drive one mad after a while.
Just get Joker to wash you.
Pretty funny dialogue there, don't you think? Okay, let's keep moving. And it looks like there's nothing else here. Alright, let's move on. Like I said, when it comes to the insta-kill thing, it makes navigating through Mementos infinitely faster. The last place had 8 areas, so I wonder if this will be just as big. We're only in the 3rd area. I suppose this leisure ride will continue on for a while longer. How is this supposed to be leisurely? Cut him some slack, Yusuke. Yusuke just wanted to say something cool. Oh, hey, Jose. How you doing? Thanks, Futaba, for the search results. You're way better than Google. Lol. Alright. I wonder what I can get with this many flowers. Probably not very much, but we'll definitely see. But considering we did just unlock a brand new area and everything, Jose should have much better wares now. Also, sweet. Fusion alarm time. We'll see what we can do when it comes to things like this. Maybe we'll get something really good out of it. Who knows? Always try to take advantage of fusion alarms whenever possible.
Broaden my horizons. Cycling. Or perhaps a marathon.
That sounds fun! You should look at lots of options. Oh, mister.
Jose is looking at the Crystal of Wrath.
Hey, mister.
Is that a crystal you've got there? Let me see it. I just do this. And then put that there.
Good.
Nice. All done. Now it should do you some good. Here you go, mister. Let me know if you find any others like it, okay? Learning about warped cognitions also teaches me more about humans. Thank you. That's right. I was able to go to a new area, so I went around and picked up some stuff. If you trade any flowers you found for the stuff, I'll be so happy. Okay, sure. What you got? Fear Vial and Dizzy Vial. Okay. That's honestly not too bad when it comes to items, so let's see. I'll just take one of these Snuff Souls. And as far as what else we can get, let's grab one of these and one of these. Okay, never mind. I guess we can't really get much else other than maybe a blank card, so let's go. Here we go. All done. If you collect enough flowers, make sure you come by with me before you leave Mementos, okay?
Doing good?
That should do it. Good job. Thanks, Jose. You're doing good too, buddy. Okay, let's head down.
I'll send you the...
Alright, what we got here? Not too bad of an area, all things considered. By the way, once we're done here with all these Mementos requests, considering that we only had roughly 3.8 million yen in our pocket, I'm going to say we're going to have at least 6 to 7 million by the time we're done. And the reason why? It's pretty obvious. We're doing a hell of a lot of stuff right now. Like I said, sometimes it's a good idea to gather as many Mementos requests.
Your style's not exactly... Well, I don't know. Maybe it'd be a hit.
As I was saying, shoot. What I was saying was, sometimes it's a good idea to hoard as many Mementos requests as possible, but don't go overboard. I can sense our target somewhere in this area. Let's scout the floor for them. Cool, our next target is here. Time to begin the search. As far as whether or not Futaba will scan a floor for you is purely random. There is a good chance that she does scan the floor for you, but it doesn't really happen all that often, so keep that in mind.
Is that a rare one? Come. Ooh, you can hit their weakness.
There we go, much better. Oh, this thing already exists. I didn't realize we already had this in our possession. Whatever, no big deal.
Good work, everyone.
Okay.
Oops. That was definitely fun, to say the least.
Oh, a treasure chest.
Give me the treasure, dang it! Gotta love losing X inputs sometimes, am I right? By the way, if you're still working on trying to make something known as the perma-pick, navigating your way through Mementos and opening locked chests, that is a pretty good way of using up every single lockpick in your inventory. Believe me, I've actually come down here to grind one time during my first playthrough, and I've used probably 50 frickin' lockpicks. I am not kidding. It was a lot. An absolute metric ton of lockpicks. Alright, time to deal with our next target. Look, that must be Nagarugi's shadow. He's got a crazy look in his eyes. He's been known to attack indiscriminately. I suppose he really has lost his sanity. If we don't make him have a change of heart, I won't feel safe walking around in public. We have to do this. Also, I'm pretty damn sure that this guy is rather peculiar when it comes to who's in your active party. So in other words, he will attack women. So if any women are in your party, be sure to remove them and replace them with nothing but male counterparts. So there you go.
Sorry.
Hey, are you the Phantom Thieves? You came to see me? Wow, I guess I must be famous. Yeah, for all the wrong reasons. Oh, jeez, he's the annoying type. So, can I help you? You don't come to pick a fight with me, did you? That can't be. Stop playing dumb, you crazy criminal. I'm doing the world a service. We've got an overpopulation problem with too many old people. Just think of this as my own personal brand of justice. Anyways, it doesn't involve you punks. Oh, believe me, it most certainly does, in more ways than one. As you're soon going to find out. Ugh, let's take him down, Joker. Okay, perhaps I was wrong about the whole party thing, but still, good idea to have variety. Oh, it's too late. You can't escape your demise. You'll regret picking a fight with me. I'm going to beat you to a pulp. We'll just see about that, buddy. So, as far as this thing's weaknesses are concerned, I have not identified them. In fact, I'm going to guess and say he does not have any weaknesses at all. If memory serves any sort of purpose. So, let's try this. Okay. Oh, hello. Do it, Mona! Nice! Nice crit, buddy. We're not going to do an all-out attack yet. So, what I'm going to do instead is something else. Nice hit. Nice dodge, but damn, that was pretty scary, not gonna lie. Okay, let's see. Alright, let's try this. Okay, that was a dumb idea. Whatever, no big deal. Oof! Well, that definitely isn't good. So, it seems that this thing does not have any weaknesses, but we can show off a new showtime! Let's have some fun!
Man, I'm starving. Allow me.
Oh,
some
yeah!
sauce, a touch of red. Bon appetit.
Oh man, just what I want. Get out of my face!
Nice. Nice damage dealt. Oh yeah, definitely for sure. This ought to work out. You think that was supposed to scare me, buddy? Think again. Oof, okay. Yeah, this thing reflects gunshots, apparently. Well, it can reflect it. It doesn't happen often, but keep in mind that it does have a pretty high chance of reflecting physical-based attacks. Unless they're physical skills, in which case, that doesn't happen often. But there we go, all done. Already at a little over the 3-hour mark. Crazy. Minuscule physical damage all foes 2 to 4 times. Probably not gonna keep this, to be honest. Yeah, not gonna keep Swift Strike. Screw it. What have I done? I've been hurting people just because I wanted to vent my frustrations. Sorry won't cut it. You attacked and hurt a lot of people, you know. What can I do? Turn yourself in. Tell the police everything. Turn myself in? I guess there's no other way. I've been doing something truly horrible. I need to be punished for it. Yeah, you do. But thankfully with this punishment you will be able to reform yourself eventually. We were fortunate to have caught him before anyone died. We should be quite grateful for that fact. So there we go. Another request has been cleared. Well, that's that. What now? You want to keep exploring? How many targets left in this area? 3? Okay, then what's our next move, Joker? Let's keep going. I know it sounds crazy, considering that we're over the 3-hour mark now, but I do want to keep going for a little bit longer. At least until we reach the first rest stop of this area. The target is close. It feels like it's in an area a little bit further past here. So in other words, it's not too much further in. Also, I am going to keep my current party lineup. Why? For the sake of variety. Oh, what do you know? Speak of the devil and they shall appear. Ah, a waiting room. It seems we can rest and find repose here.
Alright, let's take 5.
Take 5, more like take a session, am I right? So, yeah, like I said, we got quite a lot done today when it comes to completing requests. Maybe not so much when it comes to completing Confidants and stuff, but even so. At least we got some action in after 2.5 to 3 sessions. Am I right? So, with that done, we only have 4 requests left to take care of, and we're going to be taking care of these in the next session for sure. We might even get a couple more requests along the way, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. So with that, folks, I bid you all adieu for today. This is General Snivy with the Persona 5 Royal Playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. The next time we head back into this game again, we're going to be taking on the remaining Mementos requests that we have currently in our possession, explore the remaining areas of Mementos that we have access to at this point in time, and depending on what happens next, we may even uncover more about this whole thing with this mysterious criminal who's been causing the whole mental shutdowns and all of that jazz. And like I said, throughout quite a few times in this session, we're probably going to be going into space soon. And I am not kidding when I say this. Anywho, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. See you all next time.